Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to be reviewing with you all the concepts that we talked about this week. So I'm going to start with estimating. And if you remember back to earlier this week on Tuesday, we talked about estimating in three different ways. So the first way we talked about was rounding. So I'm going to do an example of each of these just to remind you how we might use each of them. Okay, so here's rounding, and we're adding 563 plus 336. So in rounding, what we do is we round up to the highest place value. So in this case, the highest place value is the hundreds place. So that means that 563, we're going to look at the digit on the right of the number in the hundreds place. So that's 6. And it's 5 or greater, we round up. If it's less than 5, we round down. And the number stays the same, the hundreds place. So since that 6 is greater, this is going to round up to 600. Okay, so now let's look at 336. We look to the number to the right of the ones in the hundreds place. That's a 3. It's less than 5. So that 3 is going to stay the same. It's going to round down to 300. So then that's my estimation. 600 plus 300. If I would add those together, it would equal 900. So this is one that you probably will use most often. And this is one that you would use if you were seeing if you had enough of something. It's going to get you a closer to your exact number. All right, so let's do front end estimation now. So front end estimation, you're going to use if you don't need to know, you don't have to get close to the exact amount. You just kind of need to know just kind of about how much. All right. So in front end estimation, all you're doing is you're keeping the first number or the first digit and all the other digits in the number changing to 0. Okay. So 563 would change to 500. And 336 would change to 300. So if I add those together, 500 plus 300, get 800. You can see how that is about 100 difference than the rounding when we rounded, okay? So that's front end estimation. Your third one was close end estimation or close to estimation. So this is where you find a number that's close to the numbers that you're adding. Okay, and this is another one like rounding you might use if you were seeing what number is, if you're trying to find enough of something, if you had enough. So we have 563 plus 336 again. So I could say that 563 would be close to 550. That's an easier number to add. So the number is close to 563. It's easier to add, okay? Plus, so an easier number to add here might be 335. So then if I add up my numbers here, I can add my ones. 5 plus 0, that's 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. And 5 plus 3, again, is 8. So it'd give me 885. As you can see, it's very close to that 990 that I did in rounding. Okay, so close to and rounding is what you're going to be using probably the most. Okay, so we also learned about solving word problems. We talked about how in 4th grade word problems get a lot trickier. So it's important to have a way to help us walk through the problem and answer the problem. So we use the acronym CUBES to help us solve word problems, and I'm going to go over what each of those letters mean. So C means to circle the numbers. Okay, if you circle them, they'll be easier to see what you're working with. U stands for underline the question. Okay, so what is the story problem asking us to do? Then B stands for box keywords. I showed you on the chart on Wednesday a bunch of keywords like in addition or plus, sum. That would be all words that would be keywords for addition. Okay, and there's also keywords for subtraction. So that will help you know what you're supposed to be doing. Then the E stands for evaluate and eliminate. Okay, so evaluate what steps do I need to take to solve this problem and eliminate anything you don't need. Okay, so if there's extra information there that doesn't help you solve the problem, you can cross it off. And the S stands for solve and check your solution. Okay, so does your solution make sense to the question that's being asked? All right, so let's use cubes to solve this problem. I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to go over each one, okay? Together. Let's see if we can make it. All right, so it says John baked 84 cookies on Monday. Let me move there we go. John baked 84 cookies on Monday, 96 on Tuesday, and 142 on Wednesday. He gave 24 to his family. He needs at least 375 cookies for the bake sale. Will he have enough cookies? So I'm kind of using estimation also in this problem. So first thing we need to do is circle the numbers. Okay, so anywhere I see a number, I'm going to circle it. Okay, so now I circled on the numbers. Now the next one is our U. I want to underline the question. So the question is, will he have enough cookies? All right. So the next part in cubes is B, the box keywords. Okay, so I might box and, because I know that these all go together, we're going to probably add them. He gave tells me that we're going to do some subtracting too. And then I want to know if I have enough cookies. Okay, so I'm going to have to be adding something up to find if I have enough. Okay. Now the E is evaluate and eliminate. Okay. So evaluate the steps we need to take and eliminate any information we do not need. So I don't think there's anything I need to eliminate. All that information is important. But let's go ahead and see what steps I need to take, okay? We're going to kind of start the S2 in solving. We'll check it at the end, okay? All right, so we're going to do some estimation while we do this. So it says that John baked 84 cookies on Monday, 96 on Tuesday, and 142 on Wednesday. So I know that first, I went to add up all those numbers to see how many he baked total, okay? So I'm going to first estimate. Okay, so 84 would, if I was estimating 84, that would change to 80 if I was using rounding, okay? Plus, so on Monday, he made 96, so that would round up to 100. Okay. And then on Tuesday, 142. So I might round that to something close. I was using close to estimation and round it to 100 for 40. Okay? Then I'm going to solve this. Okay? So we got 80 plus 100. Okay, that is 200 or 180. Okay, plus I'm just going to bring this down 140. So if I add my ones, 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 4 is 12. So the 1 gets regrouped. 1 plus 1 plus that one that's regrouped is 320. Okay? So it says he gave 24 to his family. Okay? So now I'm going to do that next step in my problem. Okay, so that's what I have so far. So I'm going to take 320. I'm going to round down to 20. Okay, so that would give me about 300 that he has left. Okay, and if I'm going to just down here put the total that he needed. Remember, it said he needed 375 cookies for the bake sale. Okay, so is he going to have enough cookies for the bake sale? He has 300. He needs at least 375. So that's your question. Will he have enough? So our solution is no. He will not have enough. Okay, because he needs at least 375. So he's short some. Okay, so the answer is no. So we just went through all of those steps of cubes to solve a problem. All right, the last thing you guys learned about was traditional addition with regrouping. Okay, so we learned that when we add, doesn't matter how many numbers we're adding. So this is a large number, but we always start with the ones first, and then we move to the left. Okay, so we have, let's add our ones first. We have 5 plus 6, which is 11. So my 1 comes down here. 110 gets regrouped. So I'm going to add 7 plus 3, which is 10. One more is 11 again. So my 1 gets regrouped up here. And this one comes down here. All right, so now we have 6 plus 5, which is 11, plus 1 more is 12. Our 2 comes down here. Our 1 gets regrouped. So now we have 9 plus 2, which is 11, plus our 1 that we regrouped, that is 12 again. The 2 gets down here. The 1 gets regrouped. Now we add 9 plus 3, which is 12 again, plus the 1 is 13. Okay, so the 3 comes down here. The 1 and the 13 gets regrouped. So then finally we add our numbers in the hundred thousands place. So we have 8 plus 1, that is 9, plus 1 equals 10. So then our final answer is 1,032,211. So that's how you add using traditional addition. So those are all the concepts we learned about this week. Hopefully that helps you in your review questions that you have.